Robot lawn mowers. Many of you may be watching this video out of curiosity. Maybe you're in the market for it. Let me break this down for you from a former golf course superintendent's perspective. 15 years ago was my first electric lawnmower, and I can tell you it was absolutely blissful not having to deal with the gas, the fumes, the pull start, the whole 9 yards. I just literally pressed a button and off it went. Now we have robot lawnmowers, and I can tell you they first started out probably as a bit of a novelty with all the wires and everything else, but now they've been on the market for so long and the technology has evolved, these have arrived. And I think in probably not too distant future, that's pretty much all you're going to see. Let's think about this from a practical perspective. One, if you're paying somebody to mow your yard, pretty much what you're going to be putting in the first year for someone to pay. You could have bought a robot lawnmower, and every year you have it after that, it's essentially paying for itself. And the only thing you're having to do on these is really change the blade and run a little water hose over it every now and again, and you're done. Also, for those of you who keep high-end yards, it's going to be almost impossible to have the precision, the flexibility, and the quality of cut that you're going to get with just about any other lawnmower. And unless you buy one that I've used on a golf green, you're going to put about $5,000 to $12,000 in. Those of you who have riding lawnmowers, I can tell you there's no riding lawnmower of any quality that is going to be even close to the price point of even the highest end robot lawnmowers. So this is something that is extremely practical for everyone, from the high-end guy who really devotes himself to a lawn to somebody who just doesn't want to fool with it, or maybe somebody who's paying someone to mow a yard and then having to deal with getting them to show up, do a proper job, and it's the best way to go, I can tell you, because these have certainly arrived. A little bit more perspective on what's the difference in the price points for lawnmowers. This is the O1000 Pro is what we'll be talking about today. I also did a review of the A3000 Pro, both of these from ECOVACS. This one does lawns up to 1/4 acre, and the A3000 Pro does up to 3/4 of an acre. Typically, the differences in some of these price points is the battery technology. It's just a larger battery, and also this has one rotating disc, where this one has 2 rotating discs, and there's a few more features of the A3000 Pro that the O1000 Pro does not have. Both of these can act like a security guard, believe it or not, and I'll go into that on both of these review videos, but I'll talk about the O1000 in this one. One other thing about ECOVACS, there again, talked about how I've reviewed probably over 6, 7 different brands. Back to the technology issue that we talked about of people of a certain age that don't want to deal with it. I can tell you once you set these up, I'm going to tell you how to set it up in this video. Once when I hit the button for it to go mow, it mows. Does its job, comes back to the dock. There's very little fuss, muss, or fidgeting with it at all. The technology with ECOVACS is very reliable, and the company does primarily ECOVACS. They also have robot vacuums. So they've been in this business for a very long time. They're a worldwide company, and I can tell you their customer service is actually, like probably of all the ones I've dealt with, the best on the market. So let's talk about the O1000 Pro.
Robot lawnmowers are becoming more popular every year because they allow you to mow more frequently, which actually improves turf quality. When you mow more often, you remove less of the grass blade each time, which reduces stress on the turf.
The ECOVACS O1000 Pro uses a dual LiDAR navigation system,
so there's no boundary wire and no RTK antenna required. Today we're going to go through what's included in the box, look at how the mower was built, and explain some of the technology that allows it to map and navigate your yard. Let's go over what's in the box. Of course, you have the mower itself, but ECOVACS includes everything you need to get started. You'll find a quick start guide which walks you through the basic setup process. They also include a full instruction manual along with warranty information.
The O1000 Pro comes with a 3-year manufacturer warranty, which is outstanding for a mower of this category.
Next is a charging station. The charging station includes the base where the mower docks, the power adapter, and the bolts that allow you to secure the charging station to the ground so it stays firmly in place while the mower is docking and charging.
This will actually trim your yard, which is very unique. I've not seen it on a robot lawnmower.
Once when you've mapped your yard, and I'll go through those steps, you simply tell it where you want it to trim, and it takes care of all your mowing needs for the year. They also include extra blades, which should last you the entire first season. On the bottom, you'll find the cutting disc, and from my experience with robotic lawnmowers, blades generally last 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the turf species and how frequently the mower is cutting. When the blades are dull, I simply turn them over. That effectively doubles their life. Instead of 2 to 3 weeks, you often get a month to a month and a half out of a set of blades, depending on your mowing conditions. On the top of the mower is a 360-degree LiDAR sensor that scans the entire yard and creates a detailed map of the property. This sensor continually measures distance and obstacles while the mower mows, allowing it to understand the layout of the lawn. The dual mapping 360 LiDAR actually creates a 3D map of your yard. The app allows you to see this by touching the 3D icon at the top of the screen. It's an incredible level of detail on how far the map extends. You can actually see trees, parts of the neighbors' yards, and even nearby homes in the area. It's quite remarkable. On the front of the mower is the ECOVACS included additional sensors and camera that help the mower direct and avoid obstacles in real time. These sensors allow the mower to identify objects like landscape features, toys, pets, and navigate safely around them. The system continuously measures the distance and depth, helping the mower move efficiently through the lawn and while avoiding obstacles. Next, let's talk about place where to put the charging station. You want to choose a location in your yard that works best for you and is convenient for power, as you do not need to worry about maintaining a clear signal to an RTK satellite antenna, which is required with many other robot lawn mowers. Because this mower has a dual LiDAR navigation system, the charging station can be placed almost anywhere in your yard without worrying about satellite visibility. Once you've chosen a location, you'll want to secure the charging station to the ground using the 6 bolts that are included in the package. This keeps the base from moving as the mower docks and undocks throughout the mowing cycle. It is also important to make sure there are no obstructions within a few feet of the charging station so the mower can easily locate and return to the dock when it needs to recharge. Finally, you'll want to place the station on level ground so the mower can smoothly navigate on and off the charging platform. A flat area helps ensure the reliable docking and charging every time.
Now with the docking station completely installed, you will need to insert the O1000 into the docking station. This will literally bring the mower alive and it'll start booting up on its own.
It is a good time to download the ECOVACS app to your phone if you haven't already done so. The QR code for the app is located right on the Quick Start Guide, and scanning it will take you directly to the download page. Once the app is installed, you'll create an ECOVACS account, and the app will walk you through all the steps needed to connect the mower to your phone. During the setup process, you'll scan the QR code located on the rear side of the mower. This allows the app to recognize and connect to your specific unit. At that point, you'll be asked to create a PIN code for the mower. This acts as your security code. One question I'm often asked is, what happens if someone tries to pick up your mower and carry it off? It has a built-in theft alarm. If someone picks it up, the mower will detect it and trigger an alarm.
Whenever you're handling a unit, it's always best to use the rubber cap for the LiDAR detector on the top of the mower.
Maintenance on these units is very simple. About once a week, I usually spray off the mower with a hose. Do not use a power washer on this. A simple garden hose will spraying on the bottom where the rotary blades are is sufficient enough. Another important thing to be aware of when setting it up is the mower needs to connect to a 2.4 gigahertz connection to your home Wi-Fi network. Most home routers broadcast 2 signals, a 5 gigahertz and a 2.4 gigahertz. The 5 gigahertz signal is faster, but the 2.4 gigahertz signal has a much longer range, which is why the robotic mowers use it. The longer the range allows a mower to stay connected to your home network while it's operating all across your lawn. Because of that connection, you can monitor the mower anytime from your phone, whether you're connected to Wi-Fi or cellular service.
When you're away from your home, you can actually see what the camera sees on the mower. You can use this for security, or you actually just monitor how the mower is doing when it's mowing. You navigate it using the lower joystick to the left. You can take photos, then that stores on your phone. You can also take and record video, and that also is then stored. Here's an example. Let's start recording here. Drive around the yard a bit. Now I'm going to hit record again, save the video, and then I can see it later on going into the app, going under videos. And here's the video we just took.
Mapping the lawn. The ECOVACS app actually provides a step-by-step guide that walks you through the mapping process. It is very straightforward to follow along as you set everything up. For this demonstration, the yard I'm mapping includes a small section surrounded by a sidewalk, the house, and the driveway, along with a main front yard that wraps around the house and another small section in the opposite side of the driveway. Because these areas are separated by the sidewalk, they are considered 2 distinct mowing zones. So I'll be connecting them using the path feature in the app. This allows a mower to safely travel between the mowing areas. During the mapping process, I'll be able to establish no-go zones. These are areas like landscape beds, decorative rocks, swing sets, and other obstacles where you don't want the mower to operate. The app does a very good job in explaining how to map the lawn, and in this tutorial, I'll be using the automatic mapping feature, which allows a mower to help generate the mowing area as it moves along the property. To start the mapping sequence, the mower will exit the docking station on its own. When it's completed this sequence, you will then need to steer the mower to the side of your yard. You can see there to the left how it is tracking. During mapping, if you need to erase, you simply pull the button backwards and back up the mower. This erases a section that you do not wish to map. When at the edge, you will hit start and you can see where the black line is now mapping the lawn.
Now I'll press automatic mapping.
Sped this up for time constraints, but you can see the mower is completely autonomously mapping the entire area. I am not doing anything. When you are mapping, you need to stay within about 6 feet of the mower so the Bluetooth connection is maintained. When it gets to the end of where it started, it will automatically prompt the end of the map. Now I have mapped this area. It is now complete and stored in the mower robot. The only time you'll truly need to manually steer the mower is between two property lines where there is not a distinguished boundary, such as a home, driveway, or other obstacle. Here, I'm simply just taking it down the property line to the very end.
We now need to create an area between the first and second areas that were created. We do this by clicking the path feature on the app. This will give you a designated area that the mower will go from area 1 to area 2. This can be used if you have a fence or some other obstruction that you can simply open the gate of your fence and it will go through that area and you can mow. And it will take that designated path each time it uses it. In my case, I have an area up here where it can easily navigate over this curved area which has a bit of an edge to it. Now we need to create a no-go zone. You simply manually steer the mower over to the edge, in this case a landscape bed. Press start as you've done with the other mapping, and then it starts to identify the no-go zone. Steering it manually around this landscape bed or any other area you don't wish the mower to go. When it gets back to the original point, it will prompt you and let you know that the zone is complete and been programmed into the map. Here are the features of the app. Now, you can designate what direction you want the yard to mow. And this is where you can get a lot of stripes, a lot of patterns, a lot of neat things that you can do. It gives you great options there that you can set the mower. You could do it each time or set it once every week. There's also delicate and quick mode. Delicate is when the grass is taller, maybe a little thicker. It mows anywhere from 1.25 to 3.25 inches. Now you have short grass environment, normal grass environment, and high grass environment. That sets the sensors. Short is highly sensitive to objects, where high grass environment is very low. I usually keep mine on the low, so that way it mows everything in the yard, because tall grass will kick in the avoidance system. It'll go around it. You can also designate different areas to mow different directions, and this is actually a very cool part of this app, and I actually use it to give it a little bit of a pop. But back and forth on the side of your house could be more efficient, and in front of the yard you can give you that stripes. And yeah, I like to show it off on the channel too. Here's where we're going to set up the trimmer. First, you're going to designate the areas that are completely flat from the mowing area to the adjoining area. Now, if you have a large wall or something like that, this is preventing the mower, and I've never really had it go over that area, but if you did have a big wall or something, the mower does need to get very close to these areas in order to trim it correctly. So this is kind of a safety feature in case you had a very large drop off. You can make sure that doesn't happen. Now we've done that, I'm going to set my trimming areas. Now, you can do the whole yard, but what I like to do is I like to just keep it to the trimmable areas. One, it keeps the battery from running down. Two, it also saves a little bit with the spools. So I'm going to do around my walk. I'm also going to do a little bit around the driveway there a little bit. And then the adjoining area there. The spool automatically feeds, but if it ever gets stuck, in mine, I think in the manufacturing did, I just press that little button there and it pulls right out.
Final thoughts. You are going to have some things with your yard that you're going to have to change and adapt to accommodate the mower. One of the things that I had was I need to put more stone in my landscape bed. Ideally, you want those landscape beds to be probably within an inch, or ideally dead flat, so that mower can navigate between those two areas. This one is probably in some places almost a 2-inch drop off, right at that absolute top of that threshold, 2.5 inches where it can navigate out of it. So it does get in and out of it just fine. However, you're going to have a little bit better quality of cut if that is flat. As far as the mapping, one thing you may want to do if it starts that automatic mapping, if it gets a little too far away from the edge, particularly those areas that you're going to use the trimmer, this weed eater, string trimmer, whatever you want to call it, you want to backtrack that and make sure it is real close to that edge that you're going to be trimming. You could even do it manual there and maybe even keep one wheel off, just off your yard, and the other wheel on. Be sure it gets that edge to that absolute edge, and that way that helps that trimmer work a little bit better. Other than that, as I said in the beginning, with ECOVACS lawnmowers, you hit start, it mows, does what it needs to do, goes back in the docking station. Once when you get those little quirks taken care of, it's easy. And there again, it's sort of a no-brainer as far as getting these between, particularly riding lawnmower, particularly paying someone. And for those of you who really want you really spend a lot of time on your yard, think about this. The time you spend mowing, you could actually be doing it, some of those things, the weeding, or maybe even getting better fertilizer on your lawn, or doing things that can truly make a difference in spending so much time in mowing. So there's a time saver there for both those who really want a really high-end yard and those who just want something nice to look really well or save some time, some effort, and particularly after a few years, money in going with a robot lawnmower. And ECOVACS lawnmowers are an excellent choice. There again, seen a lot of them. I'm agronomist Greg Phillips, and if you like this information, I have a YouTube channel for those of you just tuning in for just the lawnmower. Former golf course superintendent, agronomist, North Carolina State University graduate, over 35 years experience. You can catch me on my home lawn care channel, Home Lawn Care with Greg Phillips, in my 3rd year, and things are going very well. And I really appreciate ECOVACS for extending the invitation to take a look at their O1000 Pro. So, thanks a lot for watching.